Assalamu alaikum students. We are going to start our next chapter, that is coordination and control. What is coordination? First of all, you should know about the coordination. So I am giving you a brief explanation about coordination. You know it very well that all the tissues and organs in our body do not work independently, means they work together, and when they work together they perform the function of whole bodies, and we can say that their activities are coordinated. And this coordination, all the activities of the body are coordinated, and this coordination is responsible to respond in the environment in which we survive. We can give many examples, but the one which is given in your book, that is movement in the body. When we move to perform any activity, thousands of muscles work together. Not only muscles but also nervous system coordinate with it. These muscles contract with a power, in a sequence and in some duration of time. So all these things are coordinated. Some other factors are also involved. Some other things are also coordinated with it, such as breathing, heartbeat, blood pressure, also involved in this coordination. We can say that all these things work in a harmony. When we talk about the coordination in the body, all these things work in a coordination in the body. Two types of coordinations are present in our body. One is nervous and other is chemical coordination. Nervous coordination is a fast coordination, while the chemical coordination is a slow coordination. What are the components of coordination? Before we discuss nervous and chemical coordination in detail, we will see what are the components of coordinated action. When coordinated action takes place, the first component or first part is stimuli. What is stimuli? Stimuli is, we can define that it is a change. That change may be internal in the body or external in the environment. Any change that is responsible for a response in the body. Any change that is responsible for a response in the body. For example, sound waves, that is a change in the outer environment, heat, pressure, or some microbial infection. All these are the change in our environment. And these changes are detected by some organ or by some tissues. And the organs or tissues which detect any change, these are called receptors. And the examples of this is when we detect some sound waves with our ear. So sound waves ear are the detectors. Now what are coordinators? There are some parts in our body that detect the stimuli, not detect, but they receive the information from the receptors. From the receptors, they receive the information and they send message to some organs. They received information and send message to the organs. These are the parts, these are the organs that receive information and send message to some parts. These are called coordinators. That may be nervous or may be chemical coordination. May be nervous coordinator or may be chemical coordination. In nervous coordination, brain and spinal cords are involved. Mean the brain and spinal cord receive the information from some sense organs and these two send message to the effectors or to some body parts. And in chemical coordination, endocrine glands are the coordinators that receive information from some glands and they send message in the form of chemicals and these chemicals are called hormones to the organs. And the next component is effectors. Effectors are the parts of the body that receive message from coordinator and they respond. These effectors, these are muscles in nervous coordination and these are glands in chemical coordination. Now what are response? The effectors, these effectors, when they receive a stimuli, they perform some function and that action, the function performed by effectors is called response. For example, when we pull our hand, when touched a hot object, the pulling of hand is called response. When sunflower move with light, that movement of sunflower is called response. So, all these are the components of coordinated action. Now, we can see the difference of nervous coordination and chemical coordination. In nervous coordination, stimuli or change in the environment is received by sense organs. Receptors are sense organs and these informations travel in the form of nerve impulse in neurons and it reaches to brain and spinal cord and these informations when they reach to brain and spinal cord, the message given by brain and spinal cord are carried by these nerves in the form of nerve impulse to the effectors and these effectors respond in its result. These effectors may be a gland or may be muscles. But in chemical coordination, stimuli or change in the environment is received by some body parts and some chemicals are released in the blood and these chemicals when carried to the endocrine glands by the blood, these glands when they receive information in the form of chemicals, they release hormones. That is the message of endocrine gland. And these hormones are carried by the blood to the effectors, which are the bone, maybe bone, liver or some other organs of the body, which in the result it responds. So that is all about the difference of nervous coordination and chemical coordination.